Hello everyone, greetings from Manya. Today, let's have a look at how to score a 700 on the GMAT and what should the minimum verbal score be. Now, if you look at this score chart, the minimum you need to get on the verbal is a 35 to touch the 700. And that comes by you getting a 51 on the math. Now, obviously, the two have to be compatible scores to get to the 700. Now, if you're stronger on the verbal, you might as well reach to the 40 to 42 on the verbal and yet get that 700 with just a 45 to 47 on the math. So now let's look at how to get to this 35 on the verbal. So what are the tips? Obviously, you need to know the approaches, strategies, and skills required to ace the questions on the sentence correction, critical reasoning, and reading comprehension questions. Because to get to the 35, you have to face harder questions. And harder questions only come by way of strategies and skills. Next, pacing the test is important. You have only a minute and more per question to complete the verbal section, right? 65 minutes for 36 questions. Hence, pacing is of utmost importance. Now, your goal on the verbal section is to get to maximum number of questions accurate. At the same time, you have to see that you finish all the questions in the stipulated 65 minutes because you are heavily penalized if you do not complete the test. Hence, balance the time well, get maximum number of questions right, but see that you finish the paper. Next, do not make careless mistakes and do not get stuck on a killer question for more than 2.5 to 3 minutes. Use this time on some coming questions wherein you can get them right rather than stick on a killer question and not know what to do. Guess on it, right? And last but not the least, assess your strengths. What is your strength on? Sentence correction, critical reasoning, or reading comprehension? And play on them during the test so that you can do a good job in getting to the maximum number of rights. So the pacing chart could be as follows for those who are wanting the 35 on the verbal. See to it that you spend enough time in the beginning to get most of the questions right. So 25 minutes would be an ideal time to spend on the first 10 questions. The next 10 questions, you need at least 20 minutes because the difficulty level will still be on a high if you've done a good job here. Now, the last two slots need time to balance so that you are able to finish the paper. Now, if you are at a score of already 38 and above, you could possibly reduce the time a little bit in the first two slots so that you have enough time to even work on the last 6 questions and get a few of them right there too. So remember this spacing chart to follow when you are wanting to attempt for a 35 on the verbal. So now, how can this be attained? Manya the Prince Student Review leads the way. We have certified and experienced faculty. We have customized course variants. We have effective prep materials, well researched, and enough resources to help you get to that 700. A plethora of value added service wherein we handhold each student to get to that 700 plus. Many dreams of the 700 have been fulfilled by Manya. So will yours. Thank you so much.